Good morning students. Okay, today I am going to explain about the NAS file system. Okay, the NAS file system, okay, that is nothing but network attached storage file system. Okay, here why we are going to use for the NAS file system means, okay, basically we are going to securing that particular data, or we are going to provide that what is that security of that particular data. So because of that we are going to implemented the NAS. Okay, this NAS, okay, they are going to works on the ACL's permissions. Okay, because to protect that that particular data means it is going to provide the privileges for that particular data. Okay, they are going to use for the ACL's permissions. Okay, the ACL's permissions, what is the ACL's permissions means, the ACLs, okay, first of all, which is going to stand for the ACLs is access control list. Then what is the access control list permissions means, okay, they are going to works on the different policies method. Then what is the that policies method means, so the first one is device connections control policies as well as the switch control connections policies. So based on these two policies, okay, they are going to provide the permissions to secure the data inside the NAS infrastructure, that is network attached system infrastructure. Then what is the device connections control policies means, okay, they are going to use the HEBA, that is host bus adapter, as well as the storage port. Okay, based on this port, okay, they are going to allow the authentication user inside the infrastructure to access the data. Okay, then switch connections control, okay, it is going to checking whether the privileged users or privileged persons, okay, they are going to access the data. Okay, how it is going to checking means the switch, okay, based on the switch port, okay, they are going to allow the authentications user to access the data inside the network. So this is about the ACLs. Then I'll move on to the NAS file sharing. Okay, the NAS file sharing, okay, basically they are going to use for the two methods. Okay, two methods of the ACLs. Okay, the ACLs, okay, one is the Windows ACLs as well as the Unix permissions ACLs. Okay, then what is the NAS Windows ACLs? The NAS Windows ACLs, okay, they are going to works on the two methods. One is the dictionary access control list as well as the system access control list. Then what is the dictionary access control list means, okay, which is going to determines the only the access control, and the system access control list, okay, which is going to determines, okay, what type of or which type of auditing, okay, we have to be do once the access once they access the data inside the cloud. Okay, after that that system has to be decided, okay, what type of auditing or which type of auditing will be it will be implemented. Okay, if the auditing will be enabled. Okay, once the auditing will be enabled, okay, they are going to decide what type of auditing or which type of auditing we supposed to do. So this is about the system access control list. Then what is the Unix permissions means, NAS Unix permissions. The NAS Unix permissions, okay, they are going to works on the different types of permissions, that is read, write and execute permissions. Okay, this read, write and execute permissions, okay, it is only it is only applicable for the authorizations person or authentications persons. Okay, if it is not a authorization person or unauthentications person or client, they cannot or they never use the read, write. Okay, means they can read but they never write and execute that particular applications. See, this is what the Unix permission. The one more thing, okay, here the Unix permissions, okay, they are going to maintaining the ownership relationship means they are going to maintaining all the ownership as well as the membership like that. Okay, only owner or member of that particular relationship, okay, they can access that the what is that n number of request in that particular network. So this is about the Unix permissions. Then I'll move on to the NAS file sharing authentications and authorizations. Okay, here we are going to basically we are going to implemented see here like in the NAS, okay, we are going to commonly we are going to use for the two types of what is that file sharing method, that is NAS file sharing method. One is NFS as well as the CIFS, means common internet file sharing system as well as the network file sharing system. See, these two are the common network file sharing, okay, which we are going to use in the storage area networks. Then what it how it is going to securing the data inside the NAS environment means, okay, here you look at this diagram. Here Unix client as well as the Windows client will be there. The Unix client, okay, they are going to access the data inside the storage device, or it may be a storage infrastructure, or it may be a cloud, means, okay, they are going to allow only the valid authorization or valid permissions, okay, with the network a network information server as well as the domain control server, means either any one of the either any one of the server, okay, the valid permissions, okay, they are going to expecting in the NAS device, okay, then only they can allow the permission to access that particular client inside the storage infrastructure. Here the Unix client, okay, what it will do means, okay, they are going to initially access the data to the NAS device, okay, they are going to first of all they are going to provide, means they are going to use the login credential, means the NAS device, okay, they are going to use the login credential, okay, based on the network information system server, okay. This server, okay, they are going to provide the, or they are going to store the Unix client or your Unix environment users all the login credentials, okay, which is going to stored inside the server, okay, whether that particular Unix environment client, okay, they are going to accessing that particular what is the data inside the server, okay, that NAS, okay, NIIS, okay, they are going to provide the login credential to that particular client. So if the client is, okay, valid, they can access the data inside the cloud. The same thing, okay, it is happen in the Windows client, okay, only the Windows, okay, platform or Windows environment client, okay, they are going to access the data inside the NAS device, okay, that client should be a valid client or with the valid permissions, okay. This valid permissions, okay, they are going to monitor, or they are going to maintaining the Windows domain controller, or it may be a workstation, or it may be Active Directory, okay. See, this Windows domain controller, they are going to having the all the Windows client login credential, okay. If once they are going to provide the valid credential to the that particular Windows client, they can easily access the data inside the cloud, okay. If it is not, they never, or they cannot access the data inside the storage infrastructure, okay. Suppose if the Unix client as well as the Windows client, okay, they are the valid person or valid client to get the data inside the server, that the NAS device, okay, they are going to send back the acknowledgement to the that particular client or the particular Unix as well as the Windows environment client. So once they can receive the acknowledgement from the NAS device or storage, they can easily able to make the transactions inside the network, okay. Then see, this is what the authorizations, okay, the authorizations, okay, if it is the Unix client, they can easily read, write and execute that particular applications or request, okay. If it is Windows client, they can, okay, they can use the they can they can allow the write operations, okay, only only if it is the authorization person, okay. If it is not, they can deny that particular write operations, okay. So this is about the Windows as well as the Unix object, okay, they are going to provide the authorizations to that particular client. See, this is also one of the technique, okay, which is going to provide the solutions in the